My first 3 days in Sri Lanka, the mafia tried to scam me. I got chased by monkeys and I think someone was trying to kidnap me. And it's one big fucking mafia loop. I remembered he was talking about the mafia. At this point, my head's buzzing round. I'm thinking, I'm in Sri Lanka, I can't do anything. They're talking about mafia, they probably work for the mafia. The restaurant works for them. I got these diamond people probably after me. I'm thinking, fucking hell. So I ended up paying the whole thing, right? Then, no wait, it gets worse. It actually gets worse because I remembered thinking back, they know where I live. They know where I'm staying in my hotel. So I was shitting myself. So like I said, yeah, the first couple of days here in Sri Lanka have been kind of hectic. My next video, I'm going to explain to you why I'm actually in Sri Lanka. So I was in Thailand, but it's mentally, I knew that I had to leave ASAP, so I booked a flight. I'm flying to Spain next. My next trip is I'm going to Madrid, and I'm going to stay there for a little bit longer before heading back to the UK. But I had to fly to Sri Lanka, and if you want to find out why I had to leave, then watch my next video, subscribe, and obviously like this video if you like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Simple. Anyway, right, so getting into the first story. I arrived in Colombo at night time, staying in like some hostel, right? The next day, my actual first full day, this is where I got scammed. So how it came about was I was doing typical tourist stuff. I was going to see like this temple and whatnot and eat some curry. As I'm walking back to my hotel, I'm just walking down the street by myself, and then this guy's walking up beside me, and I noticed him, and I actually spoke to him first because he was walking really close, and I was like, "You alright?" And he was like, "Yes, I'm okay." And we start talking. He's asking where I'm from, standard shit, and then he says, "Oh, where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to the gym. It is gains o'clock." And he said, "Right, there's actually a Buddhist festival." Right, so I'm thinking a Buddhist festival. Obviously, I'm gonna show up to that. I said, "What time?" He said, like, "Now." And I said, "Well, I've got to go to the gym." He's saying, "Oh, no, you should come. It's gonna be amazing, blah, 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 blah." We start walking, and I start walking up with him actually to go to the thing. Because I'm thinking, right, I'll just like quickly go to it, then I'll go to the gym. And as we start going, I'm like, "How far away is it?" He's like, 5 minutes by tuk-tuk. I was like, "By tuk-tuk?" He's like, "Yeah." And his tuk-tuk pulls up, which is normal, right? I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking there's some random tuk-tuk because there's tuk-tuks flipping everywhere. And I'm like, "Nah, I need to go back to the hotel." So I start walking back. He's in that tuk-tuk that I seen pull up with him. He followed me, and I'm in my hotel. So he knows where my hotel is because he sees me go into the hotel. And then I'm chatting to him. And he really wants me to go to this Buddhist festival. I'm thinking, people here are weird. Like they are. Like they're just weird. And in some countries, they really want to show you a good time. So I'm thinking he's just some weirdo who really wants to show me a good time. I've had experiences like this in the past. I'm thinking, all right, whatever, I'll go see this thing. I had one of them on Instagram. And after I finish the gym, I meet up with him. I do my session, meet up with him. He's waiting outside my hotel after my gym session. And we actually go together to this place, and it wasn't even a Buddhist festival. That's what really confused me. It was literally just a temple. But then I'm thinking in my head, like maybe it finished because it was 5:30 at this point, 6 o'clock, and he just showed me one of the most famous temples. He showed me around. He's the best tour guide in the world. He knows everything about this whole place. He knows everything about why this rock is there, there was a massive tree. It was really symbolic. People would go there and they would wish their sins away for anything bad that's happened to them, which this guy definitely needs to go and see at some point. He showed me statues, stuff, I don't know, flipping cultured stuff, innit? He showed me everything, and he's really good, and he knows everything. I'm thinking, wow, this guy's amazing. He showed me an amazing experience. Without him being there, I wouldn't have understood it. Then I see some buff gal, right? Iranian thing. I go up, start chatting to her. This was weird as well, because this girl, we start chatting. She's like, I like kind of going for like, not really a hug, just put my arm around her. She like hugs me. I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of forward. And then she's asking me to leave those guys and go with her. And I'm getting confused. I'm thinking, why is she so forward? But I thought, okay, she's by herself, she's traveling, maybe she ain't got any friends, whatever. I told her, nah, playing hard to get in it. I told her, no, I'm with the boys, bros before hoes. She goes off, but she really wanted me to come with her. I was thinking that was a little bit weird. The tuk-tuk driver and the guy, they're both with me. They're telling me, oh, in this country, there's a lot of mafia, right? So we're talking about mafia now. In my head is mafia. And some women work for the mafia, and their plan is just to rob you. I'm thinking, wow, this is crazy. Thank you for telling me you're looking out for me. You're one of the boys, right? They start showing me all these diamonds, all this sapphire. I'm looking at it. I didn't really understand everything he's saying because he's talking so fast. I didn't really understand it. And then we accidentally agreed to go to some sapphire and diamond jewelry shop. I didn't know what he was saying. I was like, yeah, whatever, let's just go. We went there, but it was after the temple. We go there, and they're trying to sell me stuff, right? The people in there. At the time, I didn't realize it. I thought he just thought I wanted to go because I agreed to it, because I didn't actually understand what he was saying. I said, yeah, let's just go, whatever. And I didn't want to buy any of it, right? $100, $200, $300 on some random sapphire. I don't care, man doesn't care about that. And then at that point, I thought it was a little bit fishy, it was a little bit weird, but then I just kept it moving, right, like I said. And then I said, right, let's go get some food. We go to this restaurant, and they're asking me what restaurant. I'm like, I don't know, mate. And then we both kind of agreed to this restaurant, which sounded good. He says on the beach is really nice. Turns out to be one of the nicest restaurants in the city, pretty expensive. Anyway, he's telling me this whole time, don't worry about the tuk-tuk, it's free, don't worry about it. The food, we go there, I pay for you. Anything you want, you buy, I pay. I'm like, all right, cool, this is crazy. What a fucking insane experience. No. Anyway, right, we go to the restaurant, sit down. I order one thing, literally just wanted a chicken kufur or something, so I can't remember the name of it. They start ordering more things. I'm thinking, because I'm actually trying to diet, so I'm not trying to order a bunch of stuff. They're trying to get me to order this alcoholic drink. I ended up ordering it. I just had a sip. I didn't want to drink. The whole time whilst we're eating, they ordered more food, more food, more food. They had rice, chicken, extra drinks, all of these types of things. And I'm thinking, okay, now he's paying for it, whatever, doesn't matter. They kept trying to get me to drink. I'm like, no, I'm not drinking. Looking back at it, actually I'll get to this bit in a minute. Anyway, bill comes over, and then they give me the bill. Right, the waiters give me the bill. I'm looking at it thinking, okay, cool. And then I give him the bill. I'm like, you're paying for it. He's like, no, you're paying. I'm like, what? I'll pay for mine. I ordered literally 2 things, right? The drink and then the chicken thing. And then he said, no, you have to pay for the whole thing. At this point, I'm like, oh shit, they've scammed me. Like, this whole thing was just to get me to try and buy them food or something. And then I remember the diamond stuff they were trying to get me to buy. I thought it was just one massive scam. I put down money for my stuff. I walk out the restaurant. All the workers from the restaurant come after me, telling me you have to pay the whole bill. And then at this point, I kind of realized that the workers from the restaurant probably work with him, and he scams people and takes them to the restaurant, and he works with people from the diamond shop, and it's one big fucking mafia loop. I remembered he was talking about the mafia. At this point, my head's buzzing round. I'm thinking, I'm in Sri Lanka, I can't do anything. They're talking about mafia, they probably work for the mafia. The restaurant works for them. I got these diamond people probably after me. I'm thinking, fucking hell. So I ended up paying the whole thing, right? It's £40. Then he's telling me I've got to pay the tuk-tuk driver another £20. And I'm thinking, why, you stupid bitch. I didn't want any of this. I literally didn't even want to do any of it. They were forcing me to go, basically, and telling me you need to go, blah blah blah, we're gonna pick you up, all of this stuff. And then I had to pay the tuk-tuk driver, right, £20. I told him no. I dashed him basically like a fiver, and at this point I just went mad at them. I was told him, get the fuck out of my face, I'll kick your head in, just going mad. But the whole time, what really pissed me off is the way that they were looking at me was as if to say, why are you not paying for the whole meal? Why are you not paying? Why are you doing this to us, bro? And they had this dumb look on their face. I've never in my entire life wanted to harm someone so much than these two motherfuckers. Like, fuck these guys. Anyway, moving on. They wouldn't leave. Actually, before I paid the tuk-tuk driver, yeah, and told them to fuck off and everything, they would not leave. I was waiting for about an hour and a half. Like an hour and a half, because I'm thinking I can't run. There's the way the restaurant's set up, there's nowhere to run. And then the workers from the restaurant told me, hey, if you go down the back of the beach, right, it's nighttime, go down the back of the beach, walk there about 200 meters, then turn left, you can escape. But I'm thinking, I know you guys work for him. This is probably just another setup. That's dangerous as fuck. I can't do that. So then I'm just screwed. Do you know what I'm saying? So I ended up just having to pay him a little bit of money, kicking off at him, and then that was that. Then, no wait, it gets worse. It actually gets worse, because I remembered thinking back, they know where I live. They know where I'm staying in my hotel. So I was shitting myself. And then they're talking about mafia. I'm in Sri Lanka. The police ain't gonna back me, are they? They ain't gonna care. I'm some little white boy to them. I'm not white, but you know, something. It's a little white boy. I forgot to add this in. So this was the drink which they ordered for me. Looking back at it now, there's a very good chance they probably put something in there trying to spike me, or they're just trying to get me a little bit drunk, so it looks like I was in the wrong and not them. Then I'm thinking, right, I need to get a tuk-tuk, I get a taxi back to the hotel, get my stuff, leave that hotel, get a taxi to another hotel, and I stayed in another hotel. I ain't sleeping in that hotel when they know where I live. Fuck that shit. Anyway, that was that. The crazy experience. So I lost out on about 50 quid altogether. It is what it is. Don't be too fast. I got a story out of it, and I'm not dead, so that's cool. And then when I'm moving, then the next thing that happens, yeah, this is the thing that I realized. Sri Lanka is really fucking dangerous. Super, super dangerous. However, it's not that dangerous if you're not stupid. I just came into it thinking Sri Lanka is not that dangerous. I've been to like 28 countries. I know when it's dangerous and how to act in different places. Here, I just assumed it's not really that dangerous. You don't have to worry about things. I'm a 6'1" fucking black specimen of an athlete with a very hard left kick. Like, it'll be sound. But no, it's not. So I've got to keep my wits about me. A couple of days later, I'm in Kandy. I'm walking somewhere and I realise it's actually further than I thought. So I get a tuk-tuk, right? A tuk-tuk is like a taxi. And then I call the next one over. He comes over, I show him where I want to go. He's like, okay, yeah, cool. He starts driving. I'm texting my clients, replying to them. And then I look to check to make sure he's actually going the right way. I see he's gone the complete wrong way, complete and utter wrong way. I get out of the cab, I tell him what the fuck is going on, blah, blah, blah. But then there could have been some miscommunication with like the name of the place. I told him like, look, here, next to this train station, let's go. I tell him, jump back in the cab. He starts driving the wrong fucking way still. I mean, I'm panicking. As soon as the cab like slows down, I jump out, and again, I just kick off at him. What he was probably doing was driving me a very, very, very long way. The second way, the first way could have been a confusion. The second time was probably he was still driving like a really long way around to go back, just because he wanted to charge me extra. All right, and that was probably what it was. There's a possibility he was trying to kidnap me. I don't really know, but I'm still here. Anyway, then I'm walking from there. I take a cab back to a coffee shop. I start walking back to where I'm living. As I'm walking back, I'm walking up these hills, right? It's kind of out of the city a little bit. I'm walking back and I notice there's this massive monkey. I'm thinking, it's a big ass monkey. I carry on walking up the hill. I notice that monkey's going the exact same way I'm going. Heart starts racing. Carry on walking. I notice he's definitely following me, 100%. Keeps looking at me as well. And then he goes, calls, but in like a butch fucking, that type of voice. Calls over some other monkey. I notice there's two monkeys now. One of them's climbing, like walking up the hill across the wires, and one of them's kind of like just crawling up. And they both keep looking at me non-stop. I'm shitting myself, absolutely shitting myself, thinking if we have a scrap, there is a 0% chance that I can win that. Actual zero. As in, like, Demetrius Johnson has more chance of beating Francis Ngannou than I do of beating these two monkeys. So, using my experience with monkeys that I do have, I grabbed a massive stick because for some reason monkeys are scared of sticks. Don't know what that's about. And yeah, just start walking with that, and they carry on following me, carry on looking at me non-stop, and I'm just getting ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for war at that point. I was ready to die. I was prepared.
Final 5 minutes to determine.
Heart was going at least 250 beats per minute. I walked up the hill and they eventually allowed it. Anyway, yeah, basically that's what's happened so far in Sri Lanka. Crazy things have happened. I need to keep my wits about me a little bit more and realize this place is dangerous. But the reason why it's so dangerous, yeah, is because people here are so unbelievably poor. Like, it's not something that you can wrap your head around how poor they are. Like, basically, people here, there's also like some kind of financial crisis where people aren't getting paid enough for how expensive things are. And if you put that into context, things here are so unbelievably cheap, it's indescribable.
Nice to meet you.
For example, I'm staying in this like 4-star hotel, which is like unbelievable. It's £25. It would cost £250 in England. It's so unbelievably cheap here, and people will do anything for money. They do not care. I'm sure a lot of people here probably don't care if they're going to go jail or something because they need money to feed their kids. And I put that into perspective. That is something that everyone needs to understand, because when you understand how poor people actually are, it makes you stop makes you more grateful for the things that you do have, and it makes you stop whinging about shit. Too many people live lives which are too comfortable, too nice. They don't understand how good they've got stuff, and because they don't even realize how good they've got stuff, they don't appreciate how good it is. Sri Lanka is actually the first country which I ever came to when I was 19. Never left the country before. When I was a kid, kind of, but like I didn't remember any of it, so it doesn't count. So Sri Lanka was the first country where I ever left England And I remember coming here and seeing the poverty, and that to me was crazy, really, really eye-opening. But now I've seen so much of it in the countries that I've traveled, it's kind of normal, and I've kind of got over and understood how lucky I am to have all my arms and legs. Like the amount of people you see on the streets don't have arms and legs, they have that, their face has been burnt off. There was even a story when I played cricket when I was 19, some kid broke his arm, had to get treatment for it, couldn't afford the treatment. Somehow he's dead. I don't know what happened between breaking his arm and it got infected or something happened, and he couldn't afford the treatment and he died. So that's how unfortunate it is over here. If you could take anything from this video, that is, do not trust anybody. Everybody should travel to a place where it's fucking poor as balls, because you need to see it to realize, to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very eye-opening thing and you need to experience it. Otherwise, you're going to be like these entitled people who don't understand how grateful you are. If you speak English, you're unbelievably lucky. It's unbelievable how lucky you are. The amount of information you have access to, the amount of jobs that you can get, the amount of opportunities you have is unbelievable. If you have an English passport, you are unbelievably lucky. Same with any first world country. If you went to school, lucky as hell. Do you know what I'm saying? So take advantage of the opportunity you got, because if you are from Sri Lanka, you're from a really, really poor place, some of these people, it does not matter how hard they try, how hard they work, they will never be able to succeed and achieve things, really and truly. It's basically impossible for them, damn near impossible, unless you're Francis Ngannou, right? So if you're English, you have the opportunity to achieve anything, right? So I hear clients or something like, or there's people all the time whinging about not being able to lose weight. It's like, look, you can lose weight. People are achieving things way harder than flipping what you're going through, mate. Your life is not that hard. Stop crying about it. Like, understand how lucky you are and take advantage of that by working hard, being consistent in whatever it is that you're doing, and understand how much better also your life could be. Because even though I'm saying that you're extremely lucky and your life is amazing and all of these things, understand how amazing your life could be if you just work hard at what you're doing and take advantage of the fact that you speak English and you have money and resources and time and opportunities and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That is what you should take from this video. And also definitely just don't trust Sri Lankan people. Jokes, that's racist. I'm not allowed to say that because people will cry. Anyway, that is the end of my video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, then you didn't like it, and that's unfortunate. If you would like, subscribe to my channel because I got more videos coming. My very next video I'm super excited to make, it is more about like purpose in life. It's more about depression. It's more about those types of things. I'm going to explain to you why I actually came to Sri Lanka in the first place and why and what I'm doing next. So look out for that. Anyway, peace baby, yeah boy!